Check your newspaper for theater and showtimes. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So I have a super cool monster to show you guys today. I just got the brand new Frankenstein from the Horsemen. This is part of their FIGURA OBSCURA line. I know you guys have probably seen a ton of reviews and unboxings and all that stuff about this toy. It's amazing. This is his box. He's basically described like this in the book. It's got sort of yellow jaundice looking skin. It grows its hair super long black hair from being alone all the time. Yeah, this is very much the way the monster is described in the book. There is a healthy dose of Bernie Wrightson in here. And I think that is just because the Four Horsemen were trying to stay faithful to the novel, and so was Bernie Wrightson. They both sort of tackled the same subject matter by going to the source and pretty much following its instructions. I will say that I do like Bernie Wrightson's nose better. The monster here has more of a nose, whereas Bernie Wrightson pretty much cut the nose off and you just have sort of that little, triangle that you have in your skull. If I get another one of these, I am definitely going to do that. Let's take a look at this monster. Guys, this might be figure of the year. He's incredible. That's all I can say. It's amazing. I did touch mine up. I'll show you guys what I did to it. Let's get in closer. This is a gorgeous monster. And he comes with a ton of stuff too. I mean, he should. It comes out to like $85 after you buy it and taxes and shipping. It comes out to like $86. So it better be fucking amazing. But this one is. This one is actually worth the money. I hope they do a Dracula. So, in this Figura OBSCURA line, they basically tackle literary monsters that are in the public domain. They don't have to pay anything for, any sort of copyrights. And they can do these beautiful renditions like The Mask of the Red Death, like Krampus. I have both of those. I do not have the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. I don't have that one. But I would like it if they were to tackle Dracula next. That would be cool. Okay. Shit, it took a while to pose him like that, but I gotta move him to show you guys. Okay, so I darkened up under his eyes to look sort of bruised and sunken in. more. All the lines on the sides of his face, around his brows, around his lips. I darkened those all up. I made his lips a little bit more black. And I went in with some very subtle little hints of red to make it look like Victor maybe not have been the best seamstress. And along the stitches, I put little hits of red to look like as the monster is rising off the table, maybe he has torn some of his stitches asunder. And so just, I mean, not you know, super gory, bloody red, but definitely I put some on him just to look sore and painful. And yeah, like maybe those stitches just weren't the best, and when the monster springs to life, it's a little more jarring than Victor had planned on. Here's the other head, so I can show you guys the difference. So the one on the left has the darker, sort of smoky colors on the cheekbones and then all those little lines. But this is a cool head too. Shit, I cut myself. That's real blood as opposed to the toy blood. Now, he comes with two different looks that you can do. You can either do the look that I like, which is the monster at birth sort of look. His naked, you know, sort of on the operating table look, where he's got this cool loincloth thing. Kind of looks like a mummy. Or he comes fully dressed. Ah, shit, I knocked my little generator down. You know what's really cool? I don't know if you guys have ever read Frankenstein. You should. It's cool. It's not as cool as Dracula, but it is a good read. Mary Shelley basically leaves the creation of the monster very vague on purpose. So that you're not entirely sure if Victor is using science or if Victor is using black magic or if he is using a combination of the two. And the monster is like a homunculus sort of thing. I believe she describes it like, it's super simple. It's just like a couple sentences. She says something along the lines of, I gathered the tools of life around me to infuse the spark of life. See, it's something like that. But it's left very vague on purpose. And, you know, in the Universal pictures, they show lightning coming down and giving birth to the monster. And here we've got a primitive generator with batteries, and that's very cool. But then there's also like these awesome tomes, these really cool books. So you could sort of pretend that it's, you know, alchemy, sort of like a blending of magic and science. But I think that's cool that it's left vague like that, so you can fill in the blanks yourself. It's not important how he creates the monster. It's just important that he created the monster. You know, and the monster represents basically science run amok and having to take accountability for your actions. You can't just create something and then walk the fuck away and expect no repercussions. Sometimes your repercussions come looking for you. I do like this long-haired head a bunch. Now, these FIGURA OBSCURA figures, what they normally do is they release it, and then several months later, they release a repaint. And I'm thinking if they do a repaint of him, maybe they'll do it with some shades of green, you know? This is the way he's described in the book, as sort of a yellowed, sickly, jaundice, sort of corpse-like pallor. But yeah, I think maybe they might do some touches of green on him. Anyway, if I do get the repaint, I want to chop off that nose, chop it off, sand it down, and make it like a Bernie Wrightson skeletal nasal cavity. I'm not going to do it to this one because this is the only one I have. But if I get a second one, I will be doing some custom work. This one's cool too. Man, if they weren't $85, I would have grabbed 3 of them, but he's definitely worth the money. Check out this trench coat he comes with. This thing's got uber detail on it too. Much like the monster himself, this is a patchwork thing. You know, the monster is constructed from many different bodies. This coat looks like it's made from many different coats or pieces of material. Got about as many stitches as the monster does. It's very cool. He shows up in the box wearing this, but when I saw the photos for this guy go up for sale, that's the look that I wanted. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shit, look at that. Yeah, between the two looks, I like the slab on a table look as opposed to the angry abandoned child look that he later gets. He's got feet with shoes, so you can cover up his tootsies with some big ass shoes. They sort of look like Boris Karloff's cement layer shoes, asphalt laying shoes that Karloff wore. He's got a couple other hands, holding hands. I put those grasping hands on him because it looks more dramatic. And I put the chains on him too. He's got chains that you can put on his ankles and his wrists. It just looks more dramatic, like he's broken free and he wants to know just what the hell is going on. Last thing I remember, I was being hung by the police. Here's his pants. He's got a pair of pants, which are actually soft good pants that just have a little Velcro thingy in the front, so he can put his dirty little pants on him. But I went the pervert route. I like my monsters with no pants. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what I did. Anyway, guys, this is an amazing figure. If you guys can find one, buy it. You won't regret it. And like I'm saying, this might be my action figure of the year, depending on how that Hammer Dracula, that Christopher Lee Dracula by NECA, depending on how that turns out, I don't know, it might be a three-way tie between the Pumpkinhead action figure, the Hammer Dracula, and this Four Horsemen Frankenstein. It's a great time to be a monster kid, guys. There are monsters aplenty for us to collect right now. Anyway, I just wanted to check in. I was super excited about this piece. I just got him today. And I finished up the paint job about 2 hours ago. And I thought you guys would dig seeing him. I'm happy with the way his little touch-ups, his little paint touch-ups turned out. I wanted him to look grimier and meaner and just a little more fresh off the slab. Anyway, I thought you guys might like taking a look at my latest monster. Alright guys, I've got some more goodies to show you this weekend, so come back and we'll have a look at some more monsters. I hope you're doing good. Hang in there. As always, happy Halloween.